Hey everybody, I'm Steve at the Carmichael Workshop, and it's time for another sidebar conversation. I haven't done one of these in like 4 months. Well, I've been taking a short break from the shop for the past few weeks. At the beginning of May, I caught a cold, so it took me a week or two to get over that. And this past weekend, my wife and I took a short vacation trip up to the North Carolina mountains. And we stayed in the Hendersonville area. We visited Asheville. We went up to the Blue Ridge Parkway, and we had lunch at the Pisgah Inn on top of Mount Pisgah, which is just beautiful. And we went up there and stayed on our first anniversary 22 years ago. So it's kind of neat to go back up there and see everything again. But that was a really nice trip. We had a good time. So now that I'm back in the shop, I thought I would answer some questions that I've gotten on the projects I've made over the past few months. So let's get started. By far the most frequent question I get asked on every one of my videos is not about the projects at all. It's about the red dust mask that I'm wearing. Well, it's a mesh mask from RZMask.com, and this is their M2 model. They sent this to me about a year ago to try out, and it's been my main mask ever since. I like that it's comfortable. It's got replaceable filters on the inside. It's got a Velcro strap that's easy to put on and take off. And it's got a nose clip here that if you squeeze it tightly around your nose, I've noticed that it keeps my glasses from fogging up. And yes, I have to wear reading glasses now when I'm doing scroll sawing. Hey, it happens. But they contacted me and said they have a new version. It's the M2.5. And instead of the Velcro straps, these have more traditional stretch straps that have a little clasp that comes off, and they're adjustable. So you now have your choice of Velcro or the regular straps. And I use the extra large size because I'm a big guy. But they do have different sizes. You can check that on their website. And the cool thing is they gave me an affiliate discount code that I can give to you guys to get 15% off your order. So if you're interested in getting a new dust mask, just head over to RZMask.com to see what they have and add some things to your cart. And in the checkout process, when you see the little discount code field, just type in RZSteveC for the code, and you'll get 15% off. So thanks to all of you who subscribe to my channel. I'm sure that had something to do with them wanting to give me this discount code for you guys. And I want to thank RZMask for sending me the mask to try out and supporting my channel. A few months ago, I made this enclosure for my 3D printer, and it was a big hit over at Instructables.com. So I want to thank them for sharing it in their email blast. But it's done a good job as far as keeping the sawdust off the 3D printer. But the enclosure itself has collected sawdust and lots of stuff on top. I haven't used the 3D printer very much. I did buy some bearings so I can jump on the fidget spinner craze, although I'm probably the last person. But I thought that'd be a fun project to try out on the 3D printer. Some of the questions I got were, how am I going to change out the spools of filament in the back? And for that, I can just unscrew 4 screws off the back really quick and change them out. But honestly, I've got a full red and black spool back there, and I really don't think I'll ever run out of that filament. So if you guys use a 3D printer a lot, if you could give me some idea about how long these spools of filament last, like how many projects you have to do or how big the projects have to be. But I honestly don't see myself ever running out. I might buy a different color though. But another question I got was about heat building up underneath where the electronics are. And the bottom is fully open, and there's no panel like this on the back, so it gets airflow like that. But my intention is to make a stand just for this, and the bottom will be completely open. And I might even do a stand where I can put my shop fridge underneath, since they're about the same size. And I kind of want to redo this whole side of my shop because I just don't use it that much. So I want to make this space more usable. And thanks for all your suggestions on how to clean up plexiglass and get the scratches out. So I'm going to try some of those, and I might even do a video on the best method I find to remove scratches from plexiglass. So hopefully I can do that soon. About a week or two before the Super Bowl, I made this wooden Atlanta Falcons logo. And, well, I just don't want to talk about it. The Woodworking Show came back here to Atlanta, and it was really cool to meet lots of new YouTubers. And also at our Gwinnett Woodworkers Association booth, we featured Steve Good and also Carl Jacobson. So it was really cool hanging out with them in that booth. And I had a great time, took lots of pictures, got to meet lots of new people, and also got to meet a lot of you who watch my videos. So that was really cool. I always enjoy that show when it comes back, and I'm looking forward to next year. At the Woodworking Show, I got to meet a guy named Chris who sells the DRILLNADO, which is the drill press dust collector system. Well, he's also got a system for the scroll saw called the Scrollnado. I'll put links to both of those products down below. I think he sells them on Amazon. I've installed the Scrollnado on my scroll saw. I haven't tried it out yet, but I'm going to. Sterling Davis did an excellent video showing how to install it and the difference it makes as far as collecting the dust from your scroll saw. So I'll put a link to Sterling's video down below, so make sure you check that out. So thanks, Chris, for giving me the system, and I'll let you know what I think about it. Recently, I was asked to make a shadow box display case for a cane that belonged to a U.S. Army veteran. And my mother-in-law gave it to the family and said they loved it. So that was really cool to hear. And I've never made any kind of memorial type project like that, but it was a really cool and meaningful project. And I'm honored that they asked me to do it. So that was really neat. I'll throw up a picture of it so you can see it. And make sure you check out that video if you missed it. Congratulations to Lou in New Jersey for winning my Maker's Rock album art project. That was the Van Halen 2 album cover that I made out of wood, and Lou was the lucky winner. I want to thank everyone who entered the giveaway and watched that video, and also subscribe to my newsletter. If you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, just head over to my website at thecarmichaelworkshop.com, and over at the top right-hand column, there's a little place where you can put in your email and subscribe and get my updates straight to your inbox. Another one of my recent projects was the DIY road case that I made for my son's band and their equipment. And they've used it at a couple more gigs, and they even opened up for a pretty popular band called Veil of Maya. And I went to the show, and it was cool to see the road case in action again. The great part about that video was seeing everybody's comments about the band and their music. I showed a clip at the end of it, and they played deathcore music, which is not everybody's cup of tea, but they're really good at what they do, and they're really talented. So I enjoy watching them, and the case is doing great. If it falls apart, I'll just make them another one. In case you haven't heard, there's a Video Woodworkers event coming up June 23rd and 24th in Skiatook, Oklahoma. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make it out there for this one, but if you're interested in getting more info, head over to videowoodworkers.com and you can see who's going to be there, where the event is, what's going to take place, and find out about places to stay, and maybe even participating if you want to have a booth or something there. So check it out. My most recent project is this picture frame and tassel holder that I made for my son who's graduating this Friday, and I put the PDF template available for download on my website, and I had requests for different years. So I've got a 2016, 2017, and 2018 up there right now, and if anybody wants a different year, just let me know and I'll add that to my website so you can download it. But this was a fun project. It turned out looking really nice, and I think I'm going to have to make these for my other son and my daughter as well when she graduates. But this was a fun project, and it's really cool to see that other people have already downloaded the template and sent me pictures of the ones that they made as well. So that's a really cool feeling to see that happening. As always, I want to thank you all for subscribing to my channel and keeping up with what's happening here in my shop. Don't forget to visit my website at thecarmichaelworkshop.com and subscribe to my newsletter. If you have any questions for me or comments, please leave them down below. Click like on this video, and don't forget, head over to RZMask.com to check out their masks, and if it's something you'd like to get, just make sure you use that discount code RZSteveC to get 15% off. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.